What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have a look at first transfer plans going into Double Game Week 37. So this is my team and how it lines up on screen now. I'm playing a 4-5-1 at the moment. In terms of double game week players that I have in my team, it's Schmeichel, it's Gordon, and it is Richarlison. At the moment, it's only 3 double game week players. Now, a lot of the players around them I do still like. They've got good fixtures. We've got Trent and Robertson against Southampton. We've got James and Alonso against Leicester. Salah, Son, Kulusevski, and Saka in the midfield. At the moment, I'm benching Cancelo first on my bench. Again, playing against a West Ham team that have looked really good in the most recent game, although it was against Norwich. I'm recording just before kickoff in the Manchester City against Newcastle game on Sunday. I know the results of the morning games, but not that final kickoff of the weekend. However, with a free hit still to play, one free transfer only in the bank, and absolutely no money to spend to try and upgrade to get some of these double game week players to really flesh out my squad, I do think that I'm going to use my final free hit going into this double game week in game week 37 to try and boost a bit of the squad that I do have here, try and really maximize the amount of double game week players that I can have to try and push on in the final 2 game weeks of the season. 3k overall rank, so I am trying to boost that up as far as I can with only 2 game weeks left to play, but with one free transfer and no money in the bank, I do think that I'm going to play a free hit. I do think my squad looks good, so if I didn't have a free hit, I wouldn't be too worried, but with only 3 double game week players in my starting 11 going into the next week, I do think it is time to play that second free hit. So let's get my first draft up on screen now, and we'll talk through the players that I've got and potentially why I've picked them. So my first draft is up on screen now, and just before we go into that, a reminder of the teams that have a double game week in game week 37. Aston Villa have 2 home fixtures against Crystal Palace and Burnley. Burnley have 2 away fixtures against Tottenham and then Aston Villa. Crystal Palace have 2 away fixtures against Aston Villa and Everton. Everton have 2 home fixtures against Brentford and then Crystal Palace. And then Leicester have 2 away fixtures against Watford and Chelsea. It is a blank game week for Manchester United, but 5 teams there with double game week. So you do have good single game week fixtures, of course, for Liverpool away at Southampton, and then Tottenham as well playing against Burnley. Manchester City play West Ham and Chelsea play Leicester. But my current first draft is looking like this going into double game week 37. We start off with Jordan Pickford in goal, who joins Gordon and Richarlison as my triple Everton. Very happy with Pickford. He's making a lot of saves, 2 home fixtures in there as well. I do think there's good clean sheet chance for Everton in at least one of these 2 games. Brentford have looked good. Crystal Palace have been okay recently in front of goal, but I do think there's a good chance that they pick up a clean sheet in one of these 2 games. Gordon in my midfield is one that I'm not 100% sold on, and actually given that I have a lot of budget to play with, I do think there's a chance that he gets upgraded. However, if I look elsewhere in Everton, then there's not that many other assets from an attacking point of view that I really want to go and own. I could add another forward in here and play a 4-3-3, for example, but from the double game weeks that we potentially just went through, I don't really know who I want to go and pick. He could become a Leicester option again, but there's a lot of rotation there. We saw some of them start. We saw Maddison miss out completely in game week 36 so far. Let's see if he's fit for the second match in this double game week. So I'm not that sold on any of those assets playing both in the double, and they do play Chelsea, who are still fighting to try and maintain their top 4 position as part of that double game week in game week 37. So Gordon's in there at the moment, but he's definitely one on the chopping block. Up front, we've gone with Richarlison. Again, picked up an assist so far in game week 35. It is a good double. Brentford and Crystal Palace at home if they are to stay up, which they probably look like favourites to do after beating Leicester for the first game in game week 36. I like Richarlison. He's the main goal threat. If Calvert-Lewin comes back into the side, he may not be quite as focal, but I still think he has a great chance of getting some FPL returns in the remaining game week 36 fixture and game week 37 as well. It will be a lot of minutes, but pushing towards the end of the season, I think he'll start all of the remaining games. Next up, we've added double Crystal Palace in here with Guehi and Zaha. Now, Guehi was originally Gaeta in goal, and then I had Mykolenko in there. However, Mykolenko picked up a knock and Gaeta got benched at the weekend weekend, so I have gone with Pickford and Gahey. He does have a bit of attacking threat, although it's 2 away fixtures away to Aston Villa and Everton. They've looked good defensively, keeping quite a few clean sheets in the most recent game weeks, and he's got good goal threat. He's scored quite a few goals so far this season. It could be Anderson, but Gahey, because of his goal threat, is the one that I've gone with. Zaha is the other one, of course, the main goal threat that Crystal Palace have. Aston Villa and Everton, he scored back-to-back goals in the most recent 2 games, one off the bench and one from the spot against Watford in game week 36. So 2 picks that I really like there. I think Zaha is a really nice captaincy shout this week, along with Richarlison as well. So 2 players in Zaha and Richarlison who I would 100% think you need to own going into this double game week. Now, the single game week players that we've got before we finish with Aston Villa is Robertson, Salah and Son. Now, Son is on such hot form, outperforming even his own expected numbers, but Burnley at home is still a fixture that I would want to go after and target with Son or Kane. On a free hit, Son is definitely the one that I would go with, given the form that he has shown in recent weeks. It's not a double. You could look to upgrade him to Maddison or Barnes, for example, but I really think you'd want to go with a few single game week players, given the form that Son has shown. Elsewhere, we've gone with double Liverpool playing against a Southampton team who are still conceding chances for fun so far in the most recent game weeks. They are creeping closer to a relegation scrap that Southampton are in. I don't think it will get to that, and I don't think they'll end up going down, but Liverpool have the ability to put plenty of goals past them. Now, if Manchester City do drop points between now and the end of the season, it could go down to goal difference on the final day, and if that is the case, then Southampton is definitely a fixture that Liverpool could look to capitalise on to try and boost their goal difference a little bit. Finally, we have got triple Aston Villa in here. So we've got Luca Dean, Matty Cash and Watkins. I have pushed Danny Ings recently as a potential pick. He was in my picks going into game week 36. And if you didn't see that video, hopefully you should have checked it out, because a few of those picks have done quite so well, with Ings, Zaha and Mykolenko all scoring so far. But we've gone with double defence. I like what they can offer. I think there's good clean sheet potential in at least one of these games for Aston Villa. And then Dean and Cash have a lot of threat going forward in attack as well. So the clean sheet odds and the attacking potential means with this double, I fancy them over any of those single game week fixtures. I haven't got Cancelo here. He's on my bench on this free hit. I haven't got Trent in here at the moment just because Robertson's attacking output has been slightly better. There was also no Chelsea defense in this team as well. So I have gone with Dean and Cash just because of the attacking threat they've shown when they do start. Dean has been a troll for us all, but I'm risking taking a final pick on him this week. And Ollie Watkins is in here. Again, I'm just not sure that Ings' legs can carry him over 5 fixtures in the final 3 game weeks of the season, whereas I think Watkins is capable. He's also scoring goals, scored again in game week 36 in the first game against Burnley. They do have a really nice double. Watkins may be on penalties if Ings isn't on the pitch as well, so I do really like him. This is my first draft. There'll be plenty of videos going throughout the week to help you pick your free hits or potentially buy a few players. If you're not on free hit, the players that are in here that I do like the look of, Zaha and Richarlison, are definitely 2 players because they do have okay fixtures on the final day as well. The likes in defence, maybe not quite as much because the defensive fixtures on the final day are not as great as in game week 37. So Zaha and Richarlison would be where I'd be focusing my transfers if I didn't have a free hit. But my free hit will be being played this week. This is my first draft. Let me know your thoughts about this team, your first draft in the comment section. Let me know if you're playing your free hit or not in game week 37, or if you're playing it in game week 38 or you don't have one left at all. Thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back again very soon.